Hello everyone, this is Cookies. I've got turn 48. Been about a day, so um, not an unusual situation to see here, where the people who are doing well have already logged in and done at least part of their turn, and other people are struggling to find some motivation. It's not uncommon for Dominions. It's a pretty calm turn. Second wars are still kind of coming towards an end. And a lot of the action is around between Tianqi and Calum, since they have the most yet to accomplish. Calum still has to make moves towards Tianqi's capital. All right, so in Ramesia, all right, here's man's sacred stack. This is the stack that I want to do Wrathful Skies. But in this case, it's just shooting barbarians. Okay. Doesn't lose any of the Kushi, which would be really easy with Wardens. In Rame, got the like a little mixed party here from TNG. Just killing one PD. In Forest of Gila, got another sort of mixed party. Killing a little bit of PD. We don't have a lot to show, so we may as well show this. Little Soldiers of Steel, some group Iron Skin. Let's see, did this guy get it? I want to see one of the ones with group Iron Skin. Just want to see what it boosts them to. Alright, so this one, 25 protection on that guy. Did it not get any of the sacreds? Oh, it got this one. So 27 protection on the sacred, which is very high protection. Okay. So that's that. We have a little Sally in Patala. What is he doing? I think this is a graphical glitch again. I get those sometimes. I think it's the thematic gem gen, maybe. I don't know. There's a patch that came out earlier this year, and or maybe late last year, and ever since then I occasionally see these odd little graphics glitches. But yeah, just kind of a white mage poking out, seeing what's in the army here. That said, a little bit worried at, white mage is nice because you don't have to pay upkeep. Would have been nice if maybe he found someone else. Unless, was it like afflicted in some way? No, just kind of sacking the mage, I guess. Alright. Maybe the intent, it's a 4-path mage, so maybe the intent was to gem burn, but it needs to survive a little bit longer, and it also needs some gems or some items. So, I don't know, a little bit sad, little white mage dies. In Calcis, though, we've got this TNG raiding party, but they do run into some birds, so their luck is gone. So the mounted scouts are dead. In Sarmiak, oh, the cat comes out. Okay. So this is versus a man army. There's a lot of mages here. This is on that farm fort. We do have some magic duel coming out. I think just one magic duel. 2 magic duels. Okay, we've also got the thrice horned boar. What is TNG doing? We got some buffs. Luck and Moss Body. Summon Earth Power, Gift of Cheated Fate, and Power of the Spheres. Okay, so here's a summary of all the gear and gems, so anyone who's interested can take a look. We've got a couple of slave matrices on the TNG mages, and a master matrix. I will say, none of these are astral mages, so this is a communion that's immune to magic duel. There are some magic duel candidates, though, like this Master of the Way. The White Tiger is also a magic duel target. So let's see what happens. So 1-man mage, 2-man mages. And 2 TNG mages. Gets the Celestial Master. Wait, so how many... Oh, whoops. How many magic duels were there? Did I miss some? I thought it was just the 2, but it certainly seemed like more. Oh, I guess some of them have multiple pearls. What is it to go? Here we go. So we can go back a little bit. So I'm looking at the log in the top left. Alright, so we have magic duel here. Oh, that's not really helping. It's not showing the rolls, which is what I wanted to see. So we've got 1 magic duel. 2. Okay, I thought it was just the 2. Did they tie then? This is very confusing to me. I thought it used to show magic duel, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's never showed the rolls. Alright, but we're 2 for 2. Gets a very nice Celestial Master kill. Air Elementals jump on this thug in the middle here. The Earth 3 guy. Okay, well, last time Gifts from Heaven missed the Tiger. This time, just straight out, just hits it. For 125 points of damage and just KOs it. Okay. Yeah. If I were TNG and I saw this, I'd want to take a day too. Goodness. Alright, we got Ravenous Swarm, we've got Howl. Ravenous Swarm is for any white mages that showed up. Howl is to try and tie down any mages, prevent them from doing skelly spam. And then the gifts is for stuff like the cat showing up. The magic duel is for any astral mages and to prevent communions. So, man definitely came in with a plan there. Does lose 2 Magisters and a Magister Arcane in exchange, 3 Wardens and a Tower Guard, but honestly, very acceptable attrition to wipe out this force. I think that's TNG's last significant trump card, because I think all 3 golems have been killed over the course of the war, and the cat has been killed, and I don't think he's going to have time to get it back. So, alright, we've got Caleb moving in. So now it really is just vulturing time. So in many ways, man just handed a significant gift, no pun intended, to Calum, because this should help Calum close out this war significantly faster without having to worry about the cat. That said, this army... Oh, does score, I think, a mage kill there? This army is still gonna take some attritioning. Oh, gets 2. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Now that we know where they jump, we can just go look. In terms of what is on the army, here's the gear. This particular block, we've got a Moss Body Caster and maybe a, I guess, Blessing, maybe some Body Ethereal, and then Advance and Cast. But the cavalry are going to start moving forward, and it's not enough bodyguards. Oh, I'm sorry. A little bit scatterbrained today. I was checking for gear on these 2 mages. And there isn't any. Okay. But yeah. Alright, and then we've got a little Bakemono raid. Should get fended off. This should be plenty of PD for that. Okay. And then in Atlantis, oh, we've got an ND attack on the capital. It's a bunch of Ichthids. What does he get for cap PD? Snow Warriors? Seal Hunters? Wait, Snow Warriors get 19 prot? Ice Armor 1? Oh, damn. Okay. With Snow Warriors has a solid chance to defend against this. I think it's kind of 50-50. These guys are going to struggle to kill Snow Warriors. They've got less protection. Based on the engagement, they probably route this stuff first, but I'm worried this stuff might land on the Seal Hunters and route them. What's the Harpoon do? It's a net? I think the PD wins, but we'll see. That's really nice PD. A lot of nations don't get PD that nice. Easy victory. Okay. So when it comes to the underground, we can kind of see what's going on here. Calum's still going to have to make some efforts. I mean, there's a fair amount of stuff gathering down here in the halls. So they're going to have to make some efforts to collect this underground. When it comes to TNG proper now, without the cat, and man's actually getting pretty significant gains over here now. He's got Sermiak cracked. Patala's cracked. So unless Marignon wants to bump man over this fort, I mean, man's laying pretty significant claims to the Throne of the Artificer and 2 forts here. Sermiak being an especially nice province. And for the most part, aside from the Throne of Death, I don't know that Calum's claimed anything, but they've done a tremendous amount of fighting. Marignon's taken Gold Mountains and Smacia. They've taken Patala, Emmerich, Bakaton, Dendra, Bycliffe, and maybe Eel. So Marignon with nice gains. Man's working on securing some nice gains. But we still gotta see Calum make those gains. Now we do have a huge Calum army gathering in Calum. Stormguard, who I believe lose protection in warm weather. But massing Stormguard, I wonder if that indicates that he plans to fight Atlantis. But I think they need to be more concerned about Marignon. It could be something that allows him to try and retake the Throne of Air, since he does have some dominion here. Or at least it's cold there. But also still needs to finish this off. I mean, there's still Coast Haven, which is an incredible province, nearly 40,000 population. There's Tianchi, which is down to like 30k pop. Oh, an earthquake. Okay. And then there's Walnut Woods, which is also a really nice province with good gem income. So there's still really good gains for Calum to get down here. So maybe this is the kill squad that's planning to kill this army and just walk it down to Tianchi's capital. Okay. Well, at least Calum shouldn't have to worry about getting coalitioned. That'll probably be Marignon. Especially with, what is this, 3 thrones? 4th under siege, borders a 5th, and has a 6th indie option. I mean, the blood hunting is still going strong. That's a lot of corpses. 195 at the first gate. 311, 714. I mean, this is a lot of blood hunting. And I have to think he's getting near either 3 red seconds or Wizard Tower. I think 3 red seconds is better. I think you get more siege defense. And it's on the way to maybe a blood 9. And a blood 9 is potentially what you could use to just win. Something like Demon Knights or a bunch of Fiends of Darkness. I don't like different things. Fiends wouldn't work well against, I don't think, Calum and Atlantis, so probably wouldn't do those. I think Demon Knights would work well. They might struggle a bit with Ice Guard, but they also might just rout the Ice Guard. Okay. I mean, part of that too is dictated by what casters you have. So can you reasonably scale it out? He could end up going for maybe a bunch of devils and imps. Certainly, like have a big air force and use that to go take Pack Woods. Neither of these forts is under siege yet, or cracked yet. So Atlantis is still working on finishing off Agartha, but I mean, these are both massive armies. When we're looking at 800 troops down here, it's pretty much all of Atlantis is focused in on these 2 forts. If Marignon wants to rush it, they have a very narrow window to do it right now, but it doesn't seem like they want to, because they're not getting in position to do so. Because if you wanted to rush, the Patala siege becomes less important, but at this point you might as well get it. So maybe he's thinking, I take this, then 1, 2, 3, and then you could, over those 3 turns, you can prep taking this and maybe summon your Air Force. But he also might not have an 8 yet. And that's a lot of tech, a lot of research. He's been doing a lot of blood hunting. So, but yeah, I am excited to see this big Calum stack rock though. I think the thing I'm most concerned about is maybe Tianqi doing a Winds of Death trap and killing a lot of it. But it would take a fair amount of Tianqi stuff to protect the Winds of Death caster as they got off multiple casts. Because birds can definitely just fly right in. Especially if there's a lot of squads. You should get good coverage that way. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it. I mean, man's getting some nice territory, but they're still, I imagine, pretty far behind. I think Atlantis is mostly recovered from losing all those Scales troops. They haven't fully recovered the tempo. This is still their first war. But I wouldn't say they're in a bad position. They're probably in second position after Marignan. So, and Marignan's definitely in a pretty good position. So I guess we'll just have to wait. The hard part for Calum is coalitioning Marignan. Most of Marignan's stuff is on the Calum border. I mean, there's this big army down here in Gold Mountains. That kind of represents the strength of the Satis region. But oh, I guess there's this big army down here in Patala. So Marignan's kind of got like 3 big armies at this point. Atlantis has 2. Calum has 1. I'd kind of say like man's got 1 if he combines all this stuff. So in terms of going back to like how many mistakes can a player make, I guess it's Atlantis can make at least 2 because they could lose those stacks but still be winning the war. Marignan, I think, can only make 1 at the moment. It's maybe bungling some sort of storm of Patala. But otherwise, I think for Marignan, it's all about managing diplomacy right now. And relationships to try to avoid a coalition, because I do believe they are in position 1. And a throne rush is not out of the question. Now, information is imperfect for the players, so they're not like Calum might not necessarily know everything that's going on with Atlantis and vice versa. And they might not know it, but together they can probably paint a pretty good picture of what Marignan's up to. Calum can see these 3 armies that are on his border. Man can at least see this one. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. The next set of wars, I think it goes without saying, are gonna decide who the winner is. And we're gonna have 3 main powers and 1 smaller power, with the potential that maybe Tianqi doesn't completely die, depending on the timing and tempo for this next war. So I'm really interested to see how it goes, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.